Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here with us this morning. My name is Clarissa Vivian Petrucci, and I'm a special project coordinator here at CVIIC. Also, my colleague Ana Alfaro is joining us this morning. To be respectful to everyone's time, we will start with the presentation. On behalf of Dr. Jesus Martinez, we welcome you to this presentation that we think that it's very important for our partner organizations to know about the services that are available for the communities that we serve, especially those who are working with people who are in the process of renewing their DACA or citizenship or getting any type of visa or their green card. And we know that many of the families that we serve are low income and sometimes they don't have the resources available right when they need to make the payment. So I want to thank Diana Adame, who is the campaign and outreach manager at Mission Asset Fund, for being here this morning to bring us this very important information. And even though she's in the Bay Area, they serve also the Central Valley. So Diana, thank you again for being here, and the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Clarissa. It's a pleasure. And thank you so much, everyone. What I highly recommend is that, be as interactive as possible with the presentation. If you have any questions, pop them into the chat box. I'll try to address it as quickly as possible. Sometimes I get in tune with the presentation and there's a flow going, but I also love to address any questions as they come up, because I already know this information, but I also want to make sure that the information that I'm delivering is clear. And so today, what I'll be talking about is one of our programs at Mission Asset Fund. So that way you are able to provide additional resources to the clients that you're servicing. And the focus will be on immigration services. And so my name is Diana. I am the campaign and outreach manager at Mission Asset Fund. I've been with MAF for the past 4 years. So my job is to do exactly what I'm doing today, which is doing presentations, doing outreach, talking to organizations that just, want to learn more about us or how they can bring our programs and services to their clients. So in today's agenda, we will be talking about who Mission Asset Fund is. So in case you haven't heard of us before, I'll give you a quick rundown of, our mission, where we're located, what we do. We're going to be talking about MAF's immigration programs, as well as just giving you a quick walkthrough of the website. So that way you are also familiar on where to find certain items. And of course, giving you some time for Q&A. But like I mentioned, if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to put them in the chat box. So who is Mission Asset Fund? We're also known as MAF. We are a nonprofit organization. We're located in the Mission District in San Francisco, but our services are not only for our city, the counties, the state of California. It expands, especially for immigration services, as you will be learning a little bit shortly. So our mission is to help people become visible in the financial mainstream system, to learn how to navigate, to understand how credit works, to help them be active in the community, to know what's going on. We did a campaign not too long ago about the census, about how people can participate, the importance about the census, also about registering for vote. So, it's just more about a comprehensive idea on how they can trust certain information, where they can go to find that trusted information, and also what they can do to make a difference in their community. And most importantly as well, to help them be successful in their financial lives. So as you will learn through the programs that we offer, is that clients are able to establish their credit if they haven't done so for the first time by participating in our programs. So MAF's, we're going to be talking about 2 main programs today, which is MAF's immigration loan programs, as well as the DACA fee assistance. So MAF's immigration loan programs, this loan is for folks that are looking into becoming a legal resident, in applying for their citizenship, and I'll give you a little bit more examples of which of those they are. But this loan helps them cover the USCIS application fee. So a lot of clients ask, hey, Diana, I'm working with my lawyer. Can I use this loan to pay for that? Unfortunately, no. Again, this is only for folks that are looking into ways of paying their USCIS application fee. So what we've learned is that a lot of people in our community, they're not applying to become a US citizen, even if they're eligible. And sometimes it's because of the fee that USCIS application fee is, which is $725, and folks are not applying because they don't have that money. I would say that I was one of those people. I was able to become a US citizen in 2012. I did not learn about math back in that time, but I actually waited until 2 years later, even though I was eligible to apply since 2012. If I would have known of Mission Asset Fund, I would have been able to apply much sooner. What this program also offers is low monthly payments over a 10-month period. So clients, instead of coming up with the application fee up front, they can pay small payments for the next 10 months. And the best part about this, because this is a loan with us, what we do is that every single time that they make a payment towards their loan, that gets reported to all 3 major credit bureaus. So then clients are able to establish credit for this first time or to build on their credit. So which of those application fees does Mission Asset Fund cover with the immigration loans? Well, we have the citizenship loan. So if folks are applying, there's the $725. If folks are over 79, then we cover the $640. Another thing that I also want to address is in case folks are receiving help with, let's say, 50% of the fee, they could still sign up for the program. We would cover the rest, the pending. I know that there's sometimes specific programs that help folks with like half of the fee, or they cover a certain percentage. So they could always come to us and apply for the remaining amount that they need help with. Folks can also apply if they are applying or renewing their green card. And the total fee there is $11.25. For temporary protective status, which is $4.95. DACA, if they're renewing their DACA, they're also able to apply for the loan. There's going to be another program that I'm going to be mentioning in regards to DACA, but in case they want to get the benefits of getting the payments reported to the credit bureaus for them to start their credit, then this would be a good option. And then we also have petition for immigrant relatives. We also have 2 additional, which are U visa, as well as there's another one that I can't come to mind, but in case you have any questions or there's special cases that you're working with clients, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We can definitely see if that's a fee that we could also cover. So just to give you an example, if a client is applying for their green card, so then the total amount that they would have to pay for the application fee is $11.25. But because they have 10 months to make their monthly payments, so that would be broken up into, instead of paying the full $1,125, their monthly payments would be $112.50 for the next 10 months. So, and just to remember, one of the great benefits about this loan, which I forgot to mention for the beginning, is that it's 0% interest. I've heard of clients sometimes mention, Diane, I wish that I would have heard about this program in the past, because I actually went to X place where, they got me approved, but the interest rates were really high. So even though they lent me the money that I needed to apply for my citizenship or green card, whatever the case may be, I ended up paying almost double that amount because of the interest that they gave me. So then, or they approved me for. So again, this is if a client's applying for a specific loan amount, that's exactly how much they're going to be paying back. No additional fees up front.
Diana, and
Yes.
there's a quick question from Clint Carney, and it says, will the loan also cover fees for a work permit?
So work permit, that would be a great question that I would have to get back to you. If you would also love to send me a direct message, my email I'll be providing at the end, but I'll still mention it, which is diana@missionassetfund.org. So that way I can go ahead and address that question. Thank you. So how does the program work? Let's say that a client, is eligible to become a U.S. citizen. So the first thing is that the client has to make sure that they are eligible, whether they met with a lawyer, whether they went to an organization that offers immigration services. The clients would then have to make sure that, yes, they are eligible, they are ready to apply to present their application to the Department of Immigration. So then once they get that approval that, yes, they are eligible, then they come to us. They can visit our website, which we have the bit.ly page here on the second bullet point, where folks can then apply to our loan. So once the clients fill out the application and they complete all the requirements, they are approved. We'll send them a loan agreement that they have to sign via electronically. And what will happen is once they get approved, we're going to send them a check and the amount of the loan amount that has to be covered. So if it's the green card, we're going to send them a check out in the amount of $11.25, and that check's already written out to the Department of Homeland Security. So the client doesn't have to worry about cashing in that check or anything. So what happens is with the paperwork that they've worked with their attorney or the organization and the check that we send them out, they put those things together and they put them in the packet and they send it out to the appropriate department. And what they're just responsible at that point, after they send out all the paperwork, is to make their monthly payments. So if you'd like to learn more about the program or just to kind of explore, and again, I'll give you a quick walkthrough towards the end, you can just refer clients to our bit.ly page here, or they could also scan the QR code for them to go directly to that page and either learn more about the program or even start their application. So a lot of questions that we sometimes also get is, Diana, how do I get started? Do I contact you guys? Do you guys help me out filling out the application? Especially right now with the virtual world, everything's online. So even on them starting their application, they have to visit our webpage. So the DACA fee assistance program, now this is a little bit different because the loan doesn't get reported out to the credit bureaus. This is just an agreement between MAF and the client. But what this offers is that the MAF DACA fee assistance program covers the $495 filing fee to apply for DACA, to renew their DACA. So half of it is the grant, and then the other half is a loan, but this loan doesn't get reported to the major credit bureaus. So half of it is the grant, which is the $247.50, and the other part, what they're only responsible for making their monthly payments, would be the total of $247.50. So if clients are approved, they do get the check made out in the full amount of $495. So again, what's the application process? So clients again have to make sure that they're eligible to renew their DACA. Once they get that approval from their lawyer or from their organization that they're working with, then they can come and apply with us. So they have to submit a pre-application. So again, the bit.ly page is in the second bullet point. And once they receive an invitation that they are eligible to apply with us, then they fill all the application, they meet the requirements, and again, they get that loan agreement that they're going to be making their monthly payments for the next 10 months. And once everything's approved, and they sign that loan agreement, then we mail them out the check in the full amount of $495. And that check is made out to the Department of Homeland Security as well. So again, with the paperwork that they filled out, along with our check, they put those things together and they get that mailed out. The best or the great thing about this loan, since it's partially a grant and partial loan, clients would then be responsible to pay the $24.75 for the next 10 months. So for more information, folks can also visit our bit.ly page here or scan the QR code. And again, the same process with this program is that if folks want to start their application, this is where they would begin. So just to give you a quick walkthrough of the website, we're going to go to Mission Asset Fund. And then let me know, Clarissa, if you're able to view the screen that I'm on, which is our website.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So here on our website, we have the carousel with, programs that we're offering, services, but where clients want to focus on is solutions. Under solutions, they can go directly to immigration loans. And this is where they can either apply. Once they hit apply now, they just answer quick questions just to make sure that they are eligible to apply for our program. And I'm just going to scroll back up. If clients are also, they have another preference in language in which they want to read the information, they can also just go under English and select the language that they would prefer. So in this case, I'm switching it over to Spanish. So then clients are also able to see the type of loans that we cover, or better yet, the type of fees that we cover, how the program works, a quick quote from one of our clients. And if folks also, just to kind of get them an idea of getting the check. And again, towards the end, this is where they start to apply. Some other things that while we're here already, some of the other things that I wanted to mention were here that we have the Lending Circles program, as well as the business microloan program. So aside from the immigration loans, I highly recommend, if you want to explore the other two programs or loans that we offer, to come to this section right here. And also just to get a better understanding on how the loans have benefited our community, you can go under our blog page. We have different success stories, also articles that we love to share on how we support the community as well. So let's see. So what other services do we offer the community? We have weekly charlas, which are called charlas financieras. We offer 2 different presentations with different financial education topics. So if you'd love to also explore or learn more about those to share with your clients, you can share the bit.ly page as well as the QR code here. And just to give you some examples of what are those topics, we help clients share information about how credit works, right? Because after all, this program does help clients establish credit. Sometimes a lot of the clients are under the misconception that, I can't establish credit because I'm undocumented. And so folks are able to establish credit no matter their immigration status. We also have topics such as, becoming a homeowner, how to apply to our programs, and many, many more topics. So again, we offer a minimum of 2 different presentations a week. We also have an application. I always tell folks we have the Facebook application, we have TikTok application. Well, now we also have MyMath. So MyMath is a great way to keep folks connected with us and to also provide them financial education services. So what they do is that they sign up. Clients can also get access to seeing what their credit score is. They get access to more than 30 modules of financial education topics. If they've already signed up for one of our programs, they also get to see how they're doing on their payments, when the next payment's going to take place, when's the last day of the last payment, and so they also get to establish goals. So it's just a great tool to have in just a click of a button. And so if you would like to learn more about our programs, like I said, you can visit our webpage, which is missionassetfund.org. If you have any questions, and I know that the question about the work permit, please jot down my email, which is diana@missionassetfund.org. We also have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we share as well as the charlas, live charlas, and other information for our partners. So I don't know if there's any additional questions.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you for this great information. And please, if you have a question, you can raise your hand and I can unmute you. Or if you prefer to write down your question on the chat, that it's great too. We know that many of you, many of us work with families that will be receiving this benefit, and not just the loan, right, to make the payment to pay the fees, but also to start building their credit. And that is something that we have seen in civic, even with people who have been having their green card for so many years, they still have no credit. And we saw it during the last months when we were assisting to apply for some grants for those who wanted to start a small business. And we think that it's very important in order to help them to integrate to their communities. And credit, we know that it's live here in the United States. So if you have any questions, I see 2 questions. So there's a question from Clint. Another question is whether these loans can be used for immigrants in detention who need to post bail. Will that qualify? I also emailed, okay. He will also email you.
Yes, that would be a great question. So one of the things that I did not cover were the requirements. And so the client, let's see, that is a great question. I have not received that question. So yes, if you could also send me an email, I will have to tap into our team to see what the options are. But just to kind of give you a quick rundown of the requirements, clients have to have a ID. And that could, depending on which immigration paperwork they're filing. But it could be as simple as just their California their driver's license, because this is offered nationwide. So then it could be their driver's license, state ID, consulate ID, home country passport, as long as it's still valid. The clients also have to have a checking account. So that's something that's really required, because this is where clients will be, we're going to be doing automatic withdrawals from their account every single month for the next 10 months. So if the client has a checking account, then they're able to participate. They also have to have income. So whether it's their own income from wages, from public benefits, or someone in the household's income. So let's say that, I don't have an income, but probably my spouse does, then I'm able to provide their pay stubs or bank statements to show that there is income. The client also has to have either a social security number or an ITIN, and something as simple, I know as it sounds, but they also have to have their own personal email, because this is how we will be in touch with the client when they are applying to our program. So as long as the client is able to be in touch with us, but again, feel free to send me that question. That's a really great question.
Thank you, Diana. And there's another question. Carmen Becerra, I apologize, I came in a little late. These loans are for DACA, green card, and naturalization process?
Correct. And again, I highly encourage to visit our website, or feel free to send me an email, and I can definitely schedule that time just to kind of review any information that you are interested in, or just to also address any questions via email.
And we already shared the information in the chat, Diana's email, the website of Mission Asset Fund. And also I would like to extend an invitation, because on December 7th, we are going to be hosting a Facebook Live. This is going to be in Spanish, and it is focusing on informing our community about the services that Mission Asset Fund has, but mainly how they can start their credit. Or sometimes we know that some people has a bad credit because misinformation, not because they didn't want to pay, or and that is something that we see very often among our community. So we will have this presentation in Spanish. So it's going to be December 7th at 4 p.m. And I'm gonna also drop off in the chat our Facebook page in case that you want to share that information with any of your clients.
One of the things that I did want to also address, because we get this question quite often, is while you're sharing the information, Clarissa, about the upcoming Facebook presentation, is folks ask, well, you know, I don't have credit, or I have a very low credit score. Am I still eligible to apply? So just to give you a peace of mind, we don't even look at clients' credit to determine their eligibility into the program. As long as they meet that list of requirements that I mentioned, it's most likely that they're eligible to apply. So, you know, that should not be another factor and of why they, you know, wouldn't apply. Another thing too is that a lot of clients, they've asked, you know, well, Diana, this is for our other programs as well. You know, I don't have an ITIN number, you know, but I see that that's a requirement, or I don't have a checking account and that's a requirement in order to participate. So, you know, I guess I'm not eligible. And we always tell them, reach out to us, you know, let us know. We will refer you to organizations that help you, you know, file for your ITIN completely free. We will provide you, you know, a link where you can type in your information and see what type of banking services are near you, where it's at low cost or free. So we always encourage folks to reach out, you know, for whatever questions they might have, but also any, you know, like, oh, I don't meet that requirement, so I guess I'm not eligible. I always tell them, you know, if you don't let us know, then we don't know that you are interested, but that's what's holding you back. And it shouldn't, because we're very flexible with our requirements.
Thank you, Diana. And I don't know if anyone has any questions. Please feel free to raise your hand, and I can unmute you or write down your question in the chat. Also, I want to remind everyone that we will be sharing the PowerPoint presentation who that Diana will be sharing with us, and we will be sending to your emails. And well, Diana, I want to thank you again on behalf of Dr. Martinez and the CVIIC staff for your time and for all the support that Mission Asset Fund provides to our communities and to the migrant communities, to help them, you know, in this process. Because as you mentioned, sometimes they've been qualifying to apply for citizenship, but the money is what it holds them back. So we need to let them know about the services to empower our communities. And I want to thank you again, and I want to thank everyone who joined this morning this call. Please feel free to contact Diana, and if your clients speak Spanish, she speaks perfectly Spanish, her staff speaks Spanish. You know, so please do not hesitate in contacting her if you have a client or if you have a question. They are here to help. And I want to thank you again, everyone. I want to thank my colleague Anna. And if there are no more questions, well, we will conclude this presentation, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next training. Have a wonderful day, everyone.